This is the #1 way to delete hard inquiries from your credit report for 100% free. On today's episode, I'm gonna cover a big problem that's growing in the credit repair space: how to attack and delete hard inquiries. Now, you say, why is this a problem? Well, there's a lot of reasons, because a lot of people want you to sign up for services just to delete hard inquiries when you can do it for 100% free. And I want people to really truly understand how hard inquiries affect your credit score, because there's a big misconception out there. So today we're gonna cover two big topics: how to delete those hard inquiries and how they truly affect your credit score, so you can really stop stressing about them. But before we get into the entire how to delete hard inquiries and how they affect your credit score, I wanna cover a very important topic that's a huge myth in the credit repair process. People believe that if you add a bunch of trade lines to your credit profile, or you open a bunch of credit cards, that's gonna boost your credit score, and that is not the case. Adding credit cards or adding trade lines to your credit report while you're working on your credit and you got crappy credit does not boost your credit score. Or people always ask me, hey Mike, what secured credit card can I add to my credit to boost my credit score? Secured credit cards don't boost your credit score either. Like, stop believing that adding a credit card is going to boost your credit score, or flooding your credit report with a bunch of new accounts is going to help your credit profile. It's not, because remember, every time you add a new trade line or a new account to your credit profile, you're reducing your average age of credit. Focus on building your credit. Focus on getting your finances in line and banking with the right credit union. Go watch all my other videos where I talk about credit unions. It's super important for you to understand how valuable that is, because instead of applying for these crappy credit cards, you can totally be applying for credit cards with a credit union. But first, you need to build and establish that relationship and get your finances on track and show them that you're a responsible banker. That's the #1 key. So the big important tip here is stop applying for credit while you're working on your credit. But here's the big but. If you don't have any positive credit, you don't have any credit cards, any installment loans, you have no positive credit, then you have no choice but to add maybe 1 or maybe 2 credit cards to your credit profile, because you need it, because you have no positive credit. Your entire credit profile is built on negative items. That's the only time that you want to add positive items to your credit report. Or you wanna add some type of credit builder like the ones that I've talked about before. I'm not gonna cover that right now, but I just wanna kind of clear this up, because a lot of people think that you have to go apply, and this is what causes the big problem in credit repair. You shouldn't be applying for credit while you're working on your credit unless it's absolutely positively necessary, because you're going to reduce your average age of credit, and then you're gonna rack up all kinds of hard inquiries. And all those hard inquiries don't really hurt your credit score, but what they do is they make you look thirsty to lenders, and we don't wanna do that. All right, so thank you for listening to that rant, but let's get into how to delete these hard inquiries. There is absolutely no need to send any letters. Now, if you want to, you can, but I'm telling you right now, the easiest and fastest way to attack these hard inquiries is to call the credit reporting agencies themselves: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Experian is gonna be super helpful. I don't understand why, but their customer service is top tier. When you get to TransUnion, they're gonna act like a complete hoe-ass, and then Equifax may not be so nice either. And I'm gonna put the numbers up there so you can actually see the numbers and save them in your phone, screenshot this, pause it, so you can keep this in your phone, so whenever you need it, you'll have it as a reference. Save it in your notes. That way you always have these phone numbers. Now the Experian number has 2 because they go back and forth. They wanna play tag. Sometimes they'll shut down one telephone line and then they'll switch to the other. It's some crazy tactic that these credit bureaus use, and I don't understand the point, but whatever, I just want you to know. And the biggest thing that we hear all the time is, oh, they told me that I have to file a police report. Oh, they told me I have to call the creditor. Don't freak out, just stay calm. Be the nicest person you've ever been when you call the credit reporting agencies. And if they don't help you, say, listen, it's okay, I greatly appreciate all your help. Hang up the phone and then call and talk to somebody else. You have to understand something. The credit reporting agencies aren't there to help you. They're there to keep you down as much as they possibly can, because keeping you down as a subprime borrower is much more profitable for them, because they sell your information to every subprime lender out there. And that's why you get offers in the mail, you get emails, you get all this junk about all these junk credit cards that you don't need or want, or insurance rates, or apply for a home, apply for a car loan, refinance your car. All of that is coming from the credit reporting agencies because they're selling your information. If if your credit score goes up, your credit profile is no longer valuable to them because subprime lending is a billion-dollar industry. They want people with bad credit scores so they can literally rip you off with higher interest rates. So the golden rule when you call the credit reporting agency is if it doesn't work, be kind, hang up the phone, and then call back again until you get another representative and then try again. And make conversation with the representative. Don't just go straight into the juicy. No, you don't do that. Now, once you pick up the phone and you call the credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, you want to get to the fraud department. The fraud department is exactly who's going to be able to help you. Now, once you get to an actual human being, you want to be the nicest person you've ever been. You're literally going to verify your information with them, and then he's going to say, hey, my name is Elvis. How can I help you today? And he's not going to be very happy or enthusiastic, but you need to be very, very kind to Elvis. And you're going to say, hey, Elvis, how are you doing today? I know nobody's asked you that, but I want to ask you that because I know you've probably had a rough day and everyone's been yelling at you, right? He's going to say, yes, unfortunately, everyone has been yelling at me. He's going to laugh with you. Then you're going to say, listen, Elvis, I'm not here to yell at you, but I just noticed something a little weird on my credit report. There's a bunch of hard inquiries that I did not authorize, and I was wondering if you could help me dispute and delete these from my credit report. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, either Elvis is gonna be super helpful or he's gonna give you the speech of, hey man, yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to talk to the creditor about that. That has nothing to do with us. And if he does, then you say, okay, no worries, Elvis, I hope you have a wonderful day. But if he doesn't, and he says, yeah, well, tell me what hard inquiries you're talking about. You want to make sure that you have them all written down per credit bureau, so when you call them, you are prepared. You're gonna give them the name of the hard inquiry and the date it happened. And then they're gonna file a dispute and dispute them from your credit report. And they're most likely gonna tell you, hey, we filed a dispute, or they're gonna say, we deleted them from your credit report, which is great. And then all you gotta do is hang up the phone and you're done. But anytime that you call the credit reporting agencies, never call them first thing in the morning. They're getting inundated by phone calls. And you don't wanna call them right before lunch because all they're doing is watching that clock like, hey, is lunch gonna start yet? I can't wait to get off these phone calls. So you don't wanna talk to them then. You wanna talk to them slightly after lunchtime because they've had their break, they've had their food, and now they're in a better mood. So for me, between 1 to 3 p.m. has always been the sweet spot. Never past 3 p.m. because again, they're getting inundated. Everyone's trying to call them before they close and the actual call center is not taking any more calls. People truly think that this is really difficult and it's truly not. You just have to be patient and be kind to people and you're gonna get exactly what you need. I have never ever called any credit reporting agency and had any issue. But if you come out with an attitude or you're just not a nice person, let's just be honest, okay? And you talk to somebody the wrong way, what do you think is gonna happen? And on top of that, if you're rude to them, they're gonna log it in their system and they're gonna know every time that you call, this guy was not a nice person. This guy was an ass. They're not gonna be willing to help you because guess what? All of them work together and they don't like to deal with mean people. A special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working on their credit using Dispute Beast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created. Now, Dispute Beast will create custom Metro to attack letters attacking any negative items that are hurting your credit. If you're trying to attack hard inquiries, it will let you know and it won't allow you to attack any hard inquiries that are attached to any open or closed account. So if you don't want to do any of this, Dispute Beast link is in the video description and going to be pinned at the top of the comments for anybody who needs it. Huge tip that you do not want to miss here. You never ever want to attack any hard inquiries that are attached to any open or closed accounts that are on your credit reports because this can cause them to close those accounts or remove them from your credit reports because they might think it's some type of fraud and you don't want that. Now, a lot of people ask me, can I dispute any hard inquiries that are on my credit report from any business credit cards or any business transactions? Well, if you have the business account and it's active, no, don't dispute it because it can cause it to get shut down. Now, there is a tactic that I've seen out there that a lot of people talk about and it does work or it can backfire on you. If you get some type of business credit card, let's say you got it and you got approved for it in like less than a week, people say that you can go out there and you can attack that hard inquiry on your personal side and delete it before it hits your credit reports in that 30-day window. It is true in fact, but it is very, very risky, and it can possibly cause your account to get shut down on the business side. So understand, it does work, but you're seriously rolling the dice and it could cause a big problem for you. So I want to give clarity on that because people have asked me, is it true? Does it work? Yes, it does work, but it could backfire on you. Now, another question that people ask me, I went to a dealership and they ran my credit like 25 times and I did get the car, but can I actually dispute all those other hard inquiries? You can dispute any hard inquiry that is not attached to the car loan. So if you got approved by Santander as an example, then don't attack the Santander one, but attack all the other ones. You can do that and it can work if you choose to do that. And I'm gonna give you a little insider tip here. If you are applying for a car loan and you know that you don't have the best credit, let's be honest with each other here. You should know if you're gonna go apply for a car if you don't have great credit. If you're going to apply and you don't have great credit and you know they're gonna possibly shotgun your credit to a bunch of dealerships, then what you need to do is when they give you the form to fill out, it's gonna say, we authorize so-and-so company to run my credit. You actually can modify that and put on the piece of paper, I only authorize this dealership to run my credit one time for each credit reporting agency, and then sign it. They're gonna see it, they're like, yeah, whatever. If they run your credit more than that one time that you authorized them for, guess what? They have broken the law and you can actually sue them if you want to, because you only authorize them to run your credit one time at each credit reporting agency, and that's it. But another great way that you can avoid getting all these hard inquiries is doing a pre-approval. Literally go online and Google automobile pre-approval or auto loan pre-approval, and you're gonna get all type of pre-approval companies that are going to see if you pre-qualify for any of their auto loans if you're looking for an auto loan. If you're looking for a credit card, you can do the same thing, credit card pre-approval, and all of them will come up. That way you're not racking up a bunch of hard inquiries before you get a credit card or before you get an auto loan. Now I wanna show you exactly how a hard inquiry affects your credit score. This is directly from FICO. The people that actually make up your credit score, the FICO score is the only thing you should be paying attention to. If you're looking at a Vantage score or Credit Karma and it shows you your score has dropped, it's false, it's fake, don't believe it. Pay attention to this actual inquiry logic. As you can see, FICO score models observe inquiries over a 12-month period. So 30-day buffer. Auto mortgages and student loan related inquiries that occur within the prior 30 days to scoring have no effect on the score. That's pretty crazy if you think about that. Now here it is. Now 45-day dedupe window. So outside this 30-day period, multiple auto mortgage student loan related inquiries that occur within any 45-day period are treated as a single inquiry. So if you rack up a bunch of hard inquiries at an auto dealership, it only counts as one. If you go apply for a bunch of home loans because you're trying to get the best rate, it only counts as one. If you're applying for a bunch of student loans and you get a bunch of hard inquiries, it only counts as one. This is only specifically for auto loans, student loans, and mortgage loans because you're allowed to shop a rate and get the best rate possible out there. And people that freak out and says, oh my God, my credit score is destroyed. No, it's not. It literally counts as one hard inquiry. Now you're gonna have multiple hard inquiries on your credit report, and that's what you wanna get off your credit report, but it's only going to affect your credit score as one hard inquiry, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered a lot on how to delete hard inquiries for free and how they affect your credit score. Now make sure that you watch the next video because it is about how to delete charge-offs from your credit report. Now, if you feel that it brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.